Hello and welcome back. This is ProTaleDev back with another crystal sales video, and this time it's going to be a little bit short. It's going to be mostly talking about the UI and kind of wanted to get that finished and out the way, and it pretty much is now. Bar the temperature system which I'm working on, which is going to have a little bit more functionality, so it's not quite finished yet. So I'm not going to be showing that, but I'm just going to quickly show most of the UI, and then it's going to result in probably a lot shorter video. So let's get straight into it. So first thing first, let's play, and I've just given myself a load of items in the inventory. So if I just press with the inventory up, you're going to see two new things. It's rope and we got clothing right here, and what we can do is we can actually craft it in our crafting system. All of these are now completely finished. I have given myself a ton of items just to work with. If we go into our crafting right here, in fact let's close this off, go into our crafting, we can actually craft some of these. So let's just craft one of these. We'll also craft a beacon just to show it off. I don't know if I crafted one of these already, but as you can see, when I craft and place down here, it actually appears. So there we go, we got our campfire. At the moment it is just set to craft and place, and it's the same thing with the beacon, so craft and place. And these are really the physical items, kind of like what we do with the ships technically. These also just craft and place them at the dock, and I think this is just a quick way of doing it rather than having to have a system that chooses a specific position. This is just a quick way of doing it since I don't have a whole lot of time. Yeah, so we can craft as many of these. We'll craft a bunch of rope, a couple more of these, and then we'll see where we're up to. Go into our inventory. You can see we got 2 rope, 1 cloth. We got some food to fill our hunger meter, which is right down here on our right. You see that it is slowly going down, and this is what's going to push you to keep exploring, because you have sort of no way of stopping the hunger from going down ever. All you can do is just keep crafting and eating in order to try and get through the game. That's kind of the big danger right here. It's also the big risk of sailing for long periods of time, and so you're going to need faster ships to be able to cross quickly so that you don't lose as much hunger. As you can see, we got some broken logs and stuff, everything that I've just quickly given myself. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to craft our ship. So you can also see down here, you can actually see the amount now on our crafting. So if I were to click this beacon, you can see that we need 5 sticks and we've got 15. We need more rope, so we got 2 out of 3, and we got 20 out, and we just need 1 crystal. So we can't actually craft this yet, this light beacon, but what we can do is quickly grab some rope. So what I've done is I've just given myself a ton of items right here, as you can see, and we can actually use some of them. So if we were to just eat a mushroom, let's start off with a mushroom, you can see it does give a bit of hunger back. If we go with a fruit flower and use that item, it replenishes a lot more. And then if we go to our food, so we got the mushroom soup, it's even greater. And then the last one, vegetable dish, is the best one, is even greater than that. So obviously with the recipes, let's say the most advanced food, which is vegetable dish, you can already see that it requires already a mushroom soup, 3 fruit flowers and 1 fresh water, which is a very difficult resource to get in this game. Fresh water is definitely something that's going to be tricky, so you're probably going to have to rely on mushrooms and fruit flowers for a little while, at least on the first island. So now that we've actually got a bunch of resources in our inventory, and we got a bunch of rope and cloth, there should be enough resources on this island to make your first ship, your first sloop. And what you can do is then make it. So let's go into our crafting and let's craft our sloop. So once we've crafted it, you'll see it appear right here at our docks, and what we can do is we can board it and drive off. Now the first thing you're going to see is you're actually going to see a bunch of icons on your bottom left. These icons are for helping you to know if the ship is anchored or not, or if it's turning left and right. Just extra help for the UI. So if I just press E right here, you'll also see the camera's been moved back a little bit and a little bit out. So I've messed with the FOV to try and make it a little bit better. What you can see on our left right here is you can see our icons. Now at the moment they're temporary icons, so very bottom left, which is what looks like a profile picture, icon. That is specifically the anchor. Then we have the left and right icons above it, which are owls. So let's just press any of these buttons. So as you can see, I can press T and Y to both release and pull up the anchor. If I just press another button to bring it back up, as you can see, it's now been released. So now if I press forward right here, we'll start to move. Now you can see the owls as well on the left side. I'm now going to press them, and as I press them, you can see the owl that's pointing right is to turn right. Now if I turn it off, you can see that it's disappeared. Same thing with the left one as well. Now what we can also do is we can just drop the anchor and that will stop us from moving. Now if I press E to get off right here, you can see that it drops us through the floor, and occasionally, that's currently just a bug, occasionally it will drop you just slightly off where the ship is. I am trying to get that fixed, and hopefully it'll be fixed for next time. It's just a slight bug. And that's also a bug that's delayed me a little bit. Now at the bottom right, you can see our hunger is almost out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you that one of the last things I've worked on, which is, oops, didn't mean to do that, which is right here is our hunger. So I'm just waiting for it to get low enough before so that I can show what happens. So there we go. What's happened is our screen has just gone green, and this is to indicate to the player that you're starving to death, you're close to dying of hunger, and you need to go and eat something. So let's eat something. Let's eat the most powerful thing that we've got, which is the vegetable dish, and let's see how much that brings it back up. So when we've eaten it, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's actually quite a lot. And if we eat the mushroom soup, you see that it does jump back up. Next thing is I'm just going to quickly show campfire again. As you can see, it does drop down, and that is going to have a function which is the temperature, which again is still currently under works. But we can also do the same thing with the beacon. So if I just craft that, you can see the beacon is active as well, and you can see that it creates a little line which the player should be able to see from quite far away. And this beacon just helps keep track of what island you're on. Hopefully they'll be randomized in color as well at some point. So that's mostly everything. There is another island off in the distance over there. You can kind of see it, what I'm heading to. In fact, if I just quickly do, actually I don't even need to pause, I'm just going to turn that off. I've made this other island as well, this other small island. There'll be a bunch of other islands that I'll be slowly making, and this island also has a bunch of resources on it as well. So that's what I've done so far. It's not a whole lot of functionality, and the next time hopefully I'll have the ships completely finished next time and they're driving without any issues. But I won't be working on the UI now. I might make some temporary UI for the ships, but I won't be making anything, won't be programming anything for the UI and the crafting or anything for quite a while, probably until towards the end. So yeah, next time we'll be looking much more on the islands. We'll hopefully have a couple of islands built, and we'll also be looking at some kind of enemy or some kind of mini game or something for the ships to interact with while you're sailing, to actually provide some danger. So this has been ProTaleDev, and I'll see you next time.